Petrol here in Singapore is at an all-time high right now, but you still need to drive your car to work and fetch the kids to school. So how do you combat the roughly 25% increase to petrol price compared to just half a year ago? Hi, I'm Charlotte from VAuG. Let me share with you 10 proven tips that a car industry insider like me would adopt myself. Number 1. Get the right car model. Do you know that right from the start, the type of vehicle you drive will determine how much petrol it will be burning? The worst fuel consumption typically comes from SUVs because of their boxier shapes and heavier weight. Their fat tires also cause more drag, hence you will need more petrol to run it. Conversely, the car types that has the best fuel consumption tends to be the notchback or hatchback shaped types, so then tends to be somewhere in the middle. So the next time you buy a car, do a research on its drag coefficient number. The lower the number, the more slippery it is driving against the wind. Also, the lower the car, the better the fuel consumption tends to be, generally. Anyway, in our showroom, the best fuel consumption Mercedes-Benz model tends to be the sedans, like the C or E class. The heavier and boxier SUVs like the GLC and GLB will not be as fuel efficient. Number 2. Pump the right tire pressure. This is one of the Goldilocks scenario where you shouldn't have too much or too little tire pressure. Underinflated tires have a higher rolling resistance on the road because it generates more friction. For example, in some SUV with wider tires, a 10 psi reduction of air pressure in the tire can cause a 10% increase in the fuel consumption. That's a lot. But conversely, you won't want to have too high a pressure in your tires too. While it's helpful for fuel consumptions to a degree, your braking distance might be affected. That's because overinflated tires have less surface area contacting the road, so braking might take more distance as there will be less friction. Anyway, on to number 3, lose the weight. Now you probably can ask your passengers to walk to save on petrol, but there are some things in the car that can contribute to a lot of weight. Look into your boot to see if there are unnecessary junk that you can remove. In Singapore, many car owners have taken to the habit of removing their heavy spare tire because a tow truck can be easily and quickly called if needed. Also, another rather hefty item is the mats, specifically the floor and boot mats. Those can weigh up to 15 kg in some MPVs, so remove those dead weight if you can, because a 50 kg reduction in weight can improve your fuel consumptions by up to 2 to 3%. Next, number 4, close the windows. Contrary to what some people have advised, you don't save much fuel by switching off the aircon and opening the window when cruising. Apart from breathing in pollutant from the road, you will also dirty your car interior in the long run if your windows are open all the time in car-dense Singapore. The reason is, open window cause a lot of wind resistance and drag in the car, and real-world experiments have shown that even at a modest 80 km per hour with the window open, the fuel consumption could increase by up to 20%. That's compared to only a 10% increase for even very old aircon switch on in the car. So drive with the window closed and aircon on. But if you are a fanatic with saving more petrol, then switch off the aircon as well. But with the heat nowadays, I don't think the trip is even possible in the first place. Number 5, don't idle unnecessarily. I bet you didn't know for a typical 2-liter car, idling the engine for an hour without the aircon on consumes roughly 1 liter of petrol. With the aircon on, this figure can increase to around 1.3 to 1.5 liters of petrol. So enjoying the aircon in the car for an hour could cost you as much as a Starbucks coffee. If you're waiting for someone, why not park your car and go to a cafe for the aircon instead? Okay, we have 5 petrol saving tips down, we have another 5 for you. But allow us to save those for the subsequent video. Do remember to subscribe to our channel and set notifications to on, so you will not miss that video. Meanwhile, do give us a like too. So until the next video where we will share the remaining 5 tips, I'm Charlotte from VAuG. I will see you soon.